Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're going to be taking this engine and trans and installing it into the chassis of the hot rod. In the last episode, we had swapped out that 37 LaSalle trans that had some chipped teeth for this 37 Packard 3-speed manual trans. So we'll be putting this into the car as an assembly. If you missed the last episode, be sure to check out my past videos. Also, if you have a chance to subscribe, I'd appreciate that. This way you won't miss a single episode. So to get this Hemi and trans into that chassis, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to cut out the cross member that I have currently in there for the motor mount and install this one-piece front motor mount bracket assembly. To do that, it's going to require a couple of modifications. So let's just get right into it, shall we? So to install this new bracket for the motor mount, it basically sneaks in behind this crank pulley and bolts in through the timing cover into the block. You can see here the mechanical fuel pump is in our way. So we're going to remove that. I have a block off plate to fill the hole for that. And then we'll run an electric fuel pump on this. So let's get the mechanical pump off, get the 4 bolts out of the timing cover into the block that we'll be needing to replace with some longer bolts, which I have here, to go through there and then into the block of the engine. On the chassis, I mentioned we were going to cut out the cross member. This is the piece here we're going to remove. I actually had put this piece in at the beginning of the project, but have since changed direction a little bit, so it's got to go. So we'll get that cut out. This way we have a clean slate to slide in the motor and trans and locate that new bracket for the engine mount. So let's go ahead and get this cut out. So now that we got the engine centered, leveled, squared up in the chassis, we'll go ahead and start the fabrication of the motor mounts for this engine bracket that I put onto the front of the motor. I went ahead and made a basic cardboard tape template of something that I'm going to be probably going to be going with for the bracket. We got something like that there. Then we got a new engine mount bushing. So fairly simple, yet very effective. So to make this engine mount, I'm going to use some 1/4-inch steel. I got this square stock, 3.5 inch, and also matching round pipe, 1/4 inch thick. Special thanks to my friend Herb. He lets me go through a scrap pile now and then to keep the build going. So if you're watching, Herb, thank you. All right, so what I'm going to do is basically transfer this pattern onto the square stock, and then I'll start cutting out the rough shape. So we'll use this side here. Actually, basically just take my soapstone and trace out the pattern. Then we'll take it over to the workbench and get that cut out, come back, get it fitted, do some more trimming as needed. We'll keep moving forward. All right, so we got the piece cut out roughly. Let's get it in position. Give us an idea of what we're going with. What I want to do at the end is to round off the corners to mimic the shape of the engine mount, just to give it a little bit of style. So I'll go ahead and get those trimmed off, and then I'm going to cut this 3-inch piping. I'm going to cut a sliver off of this and then cut it in half, so we end up with a nice piece to cap off the end of this. This way it gives it a nice finished off look. I'll show you what I mean once I get all the pieces trimmed out, and we'll come back in and get it tacked together. So I got the piece here. I got this cap that I mentioned earlier. That's going to go right there. And basically like that. So I'm just going to check this one more time before I weld everything together. We're going to go with that. I'll bring it over to the bench. We'll get the welder fired up and get this tacked together, and then we'll do some finishing touches to it to give it a little style. All right, so you saw me welding and grinding, and here's the results. We got a nice finished off shape to it with the rounded edges. Nice radius there, capped off. So we'll see how it fits now and take it to the next step. Looking good. What I want to do next, to continue with some stylizing, I want to mimic kind of what you see here in the front with the factory holes in the frame rail. Back in the day, the hot rodders called them lightning holes. To lighten your car, you'd drill out pieces of metal from it. So we're going to do it mainly just for the looks. So I'm going to mark out a rough idea of where I want a couple of holes drilled on the front side and back side. And at that point, we will take a hole saw to it, get those cut out, get it back in there, and see how it looks. Well, I'm just about done with this engine mount. You can see I was filing after I drilled the holes and basically ran the file over the entire piece to give a nice smooth rounded edge. I'll give you a closer look before we install it. See here the lightning holes on both sides. I got the body mount bushing hole located and drilled. You see that smooth radius edge I gave it. Just gives it a nice detailed finished off look, and basically just shows the pride that I take in these pieces that I fabricate. Whether they're small or large, it doesn't matter. I put the same effort into each piece. Here you can see what I was trying to achieve with the lightning holes, and down here on the frame, that front cross member, which is a factory piece, has got those holes drilled through it. So I think this will carry the theme throughout the chassis quite nicely. You can see I have two holes here. Those are alignment holes that I put in the frame so I know where to put it while I go to mock it back up for final fitment. And then I will ultimately put rivets through them, just like the Dodge Brothers did when they put their pieces in. Everything's riveted. So it'll give the illusion that this was possibly a factory piece with the rivets and the holes. So let's get it installed and see how it fits. Well, before I do that, I want to show you what an aftermarket engine mount is. I just happen to have a couple laying around. So this here is what what you can buy in the aftermarket world. I mean, it's all right. It'll do the job, but it's definitely not this. So this is a lot heavier. It's got more style, and it's specific to my application. This piece here is a little short anyway. I would have to modify it. So if I'm going to put the time and effort into something, why not make it one of a kind? So this I'll use somewhere else down the road. So let's go ahead and get this fitted. Using my alignment holes that I had made earlier when I had everything fitted. Put that bushing in there. Got the bolt. And then lower bushing, washer, and nut. And there you have it. A one-off hand fabricated custom engine mount for the Hemi. Very happy with it. I think it looks real nice. So I'll go ahead and get this fully welded inside of the frame rail. And then we'll go ahead and do the same process for the other side. And at that point, we'll be able to let the engine down with the weight of it on the new motor mounts. So keep tuning in for more episodes on this build and my other builds. I'm going to be getting back onto Maybelline, our 1960 T-Bird, doing a mild custom to that in the traditional ways of the 50s and 60s. So be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.